One man on an island, one drop in the sea. All it takes to set a wave in motion is a single word in action, a hope that we can be the change that we've been longing to see. For our home, our land, our family, it's all within our reach. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
When the moments turn to hours and the day's last light is gone, look around us always and remember, there were times we were uncertain, but we just kept walking on. It's always darkest just before the dawn. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Our home, the home we share, where the garden always grows to earth and light. Though the road ahead is daunting, I know we're gonna be alright.
See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead.
We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Hi, everybody. First, I would like to express my thanks to Christabel, who arranged this interview with Evan. My name is Jennifer Leong, and I am from DramaWorks, which is part of the cultural section of National University of Singapore Society. Evan Low is, of course, the composer, and he's also a music director, and he co-wrote the song for this year's National Day with Lin Ying, and it's a beautiful song. Where do you get your inspiration from, Evan, for this song?
So hi guys. So with regards to the inspiration, I think we were given a very, I would say a clear brief, and I think a clear picture. It was basically a man on a boat looking out to sea. It's kind of like maybe like our forefathers before us coming onto this island, and we were going along the theme of or rather it was based out of Lin Ying's love of Cloud Atlas. I think it was that the movie, and I think it was a quote along the lines of what is one human and one drop. I think I gotta find that quote, but the whole idea being that and the core idea we were trying to go for is unity is strength. and we would, yeah. So and even one single action could mean could make a huge impact, and we would try to we were trying to push forward that message as cleanly, as honestly as possible, without it being too in your face, if that makes any
Right. Sure. Yes,
if
yes,
that
it
makes
does
any sense.
certainly make a lot of sense. And actually, for our slam on the 5th of August, our theme is a community in unity. So it's really everybody who is that grain of sand or that drop in the ocean that makes everybody come together. So yeah, so I totally get what you mean. Maybe I'm being too much in your face, but basically I really, really understand where you're coming from with the lyrics. And talking about the lyrics, something that spoke to me very much was this part of the lyrics. Hear this anthem, and then it goes on to say it's the voices of our friends. Very often when you hear the word anthem, you think that it's something that rouses people to attention, and it's written for a particular purpose. But in this case, the anthem is written by, it's sung by the voices of our friends. So it's a very unexpected turn of words. And I really like that. Yes. And the other part that also resonated with me was this part where it says, the day's last light is gone. And then it goes on to say there are uncertain times, we just keep walking on. And then it also concludes with, it's always darkest just before the dawn. So all these words are so meaningful and so wonderful. And I just love words, basically. And I think the lyrics really resonated with me, apart from the melody and all that. So this comes to my next question. What is the order of things that you do when you write a song? Is there an order at all?
Right. That's an interesting thought. So there are several different approaches that we do when we songwriters and producers do when we approach a song. The three main tenets would be harmony, which in this case would be a chord progression, a lyrical, which would be a lyrical line, or a groove, which is a beat, a drum beat or a rhythm of sorts. So in this case, actually, I would say, we started it with a lyrical prompt, or rather, it wasn't a lyrical prompt, but an idea. So that would be, I think I have the quote here. Yes. So what is an ocean what is an ocean but a multitude of drops? So that's something that that we were thinking about from Cloud Atlas, and with that picture of the one man looking out to sea, to the big expanse of the sea, kind of led into us starting the first few lines. That actually inspired the first few lines of the verse, which Lin Ning wrote. So it started with that. So for us, it kicked off with the lyrical aspect of things. But it did start to push things forward only when I came in with some chord work. And then we kind of fused those two together and we pushed forward. But that all happened simultaneously within the first, I'll say, half an hour of us being in the studio together. So we were both there writing and helping each other lyrically and melodically in production in that one room. So it was very organic and things were moving quite quickly. So after initial stages, yes, it was that, but it after all, it just became like a mishmash rojak thing of everyone just contributing to each other. So, but yeah, it started with lyrics.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so it just kind of fell into place within like the first half an hour. So that's pretty amazing. Yeah. Yes. And how often do you do collaborations? I don't mean just as a composer, but as a music producer, as a arranger, and so on.
Well, I would say it's almost every other day. It's because it's my job. This is my full-time job, and I write and arrange songs for a living. So in most cases, I do have this kind of collaborations on several stages. Several stages collaboration. It could mean I take over the whole thing from an artist because they are unable to express themselves, or it could be an artist that's super artistic and they require my certain take or expertise on something. So yeah, it's an everyday thing, and I would say that it's very similar for Lining as well. But in her sense, I think where I think our expertise lie, our strengths lie in different different things. Lining does this thing called top line, where she writes lyrics and vocal melodies for people. That's a strength, and that's usually her bread and butter. Well, in my case, uh, I do too, but not as much. I kind of do more music arrangements and productions. So yeah, but every other day, I would say.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's great to know. Yes. And what's your favorite music genre?
Wow.
You can't
That
place.
yeah, it's been quite difficult. I think over the years it's been hard to pick because it just becomes, I won't say it just becomes a job. I love the job, but it just you start to admire different aspects of each genre. Mm, but right now, I could tell you the band I love right now is Honne. It's a they write very simple, sappy love songs, but it seems to work very well with the public, and it's trying to figure out why. So, but
Oh, wow.
I'll tell
Okay.
you I'm telling you the band I love now, so that's the only one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And do you have any challenges in songwriting?
Oh, very much so. Writer's block is a very common thing
Oh,
that we face. Yeah, so I mean, and usually for me at least, I'm always faced with either two. So it's always the lyrical one or the chord work for us. So sometimes I couldn't inspire something, or lyrically I just do not know how to find the right line or the right rhyme to fit the the next line, or just make it catchy enough for the chorus. So I do I do encounter that, and I've been actively working at getting, or rather not getting rid of it, but working through it. So I think I'm not sure if it is coincides with your next other question, but to overcome a writer's block, at least for me, over the years, I have little challenges with my other music producer friends. This has happened in college. We have this 1 hour powwow, and what it does is we write a song within an hour, and as fast as we can, as much as we can, and whatever results we have, we share with everyone, and that's it. And we'll see who wins that. But at the end of the day, it's very yeah, shooting from the hip, and anything that instinctively comes out within that hour,
nice.
just to try to churn something because of peer pressure, and
Right. Wow.
yeah. So initially it starts very, maybe just a few lines, but as things got by, things got faster. You're able to tap on what you instinctively know, along with how you might creatively express yourself. So it's a interesting exercise, and because of that pressure cooker effect, especially in a professional line of work like us, and in the studio sometimes with stars, situations like this arise. So we kind of it's kind of like a pressure cooker simulation. So
Right.
this has helped us in many situations where um, things like this occur, and we are still able to kind of pull ourselves through, so that that worst moment is over, and still kind of push on through
Right.
to get us there. So yeah, if that's a
That's so
long-winded answer.
interesting. Yeah, that's so interesting. And it's never about the rhythm or the groove or the beat for you, the challenge. No,
Never. It has
not so
never
often.
been. Yeah, I like playing drums, so
Right.
I it has never been a problem on that end. But yeah, the other two has always been an issue, or rather, I've encountered that mostly.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Because we all have different strengths and abilities. So yeah. So I think your strength is in rhythm and beats.
Mm-hmm.
Being that you're a drummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it that you enjoy in songwriting, Evan?
Well, I feel that I think I do enjoy the lyrical aspect of it a lot. And it's unlike a poem. It's I would say, and it's unlike, and pop music in general, pop songwriting. It's it's very it's like a taster of let's say poems. and let's say a more in-depth version of maybe that could be classical music or whatever, jazz or whatever it may be. But because of that, it's a very I guess a very initial taster of what these several different art forms might be. And I think it's very interesting that, but because of this rojak, this different mishmash amalgamations of practices, it became something that people love, which I think and people resonate. The general public resonates and love with, which I think is exceptional. And and it's amazing for me to see how I could lift, or maybe not lift, it could just be just let you help you go through something with what I'm trying to say. And it goes besides from me being okay, it's great that I'm able to help you through your hard times or your happy times.
Yes.
It also kind of connects me as a human being with similar experiences. So I was like, hey, I'm not going through this alone as well. You guys are as well. So because sometimes I do feel that songwriters like us, sometimes in a way are imposing our selfish worldview onto you. So but it's very interesting. So every time it works, it resonates well with the public. It makes me as a human also kind of feel reassured that we are all going through the same experience together. So to me, that's why I enjoy it.
Yes, thank you so much. And when you first saw the video, that was an amalgamation of the song, and it's sung by 4 different singers with their different interpretations, their different styles, plus the visuals, the animated visuals, as well as the dynamic graphics. What was your first initial feeling?
Well, okay, we were working on this 4-singer combination for quite a while. We went through several different permutations of singers.
Sure.
I think first 1 and 2 and then 4. I at first was apprehensive that there were 4. I understand why it needs to be done.
Sure. Yes.
But I was thinking musically, I was quite stuck on actually just hearing Lin Ying. I'll be honest, because
okay.
Yeah, I love her, and I think her voice is amazing. But that's just me being too stuck on the creatively stuck on, or too used to what once was. But hearing, or rather seeing that different art styles by Jin Xiang and Gerald was very invigorating. I just envisioned the song, or we just wanted to write a good song, and a honest song, and that was what
Yes.
Lin Ying and I were going for. And we didn't expect much from. We're just like, okay, let's just let the music video guy do his thing, and they were like. And the music director mentioned like, oh, there'll be some animation. And like, yeah, okay, cool. And when we saw it, we were like, oh my god, that is a lot of animation.
Yeah.
It was a lot of heart, and we really welcomed that perspective, because the different art style for each artist, and it kind of really elevated the whole meaning and message of the song.
Yes.
And it was very tactfully done, especially during you shot this during a pandemic, and it didn't seem like that's the case. So it was a very that I think that's first thing as a music video for an NDP song that was quite groundbreaking, which I think that was very bold of them to do. That's not easy to clear that. So kudos to them for that. Not only that, but I think with this style, it does stand the test of time post-COVID, in the post-COVID era. So I think it's astounding, and we saw it in the early stages, like even with like a simple sketch, because we were still piecing the song together as they were animating, and we were like, oh my god, this is gonna be something crazy. Like
Indeed, yes.
I couldn't tell anyone. I really want to tell everyone, but I could not. But yeah, I had to keep mum. So like, I'm really happy that it's out. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the entire video, the song, everything about it. And basically, I have the last question, which is, what do you think people look for in a National Day song?
Okay. This is a these are big shoes to fill, man. well, we did think about that, and it was a very harrowing thought. Like when we first started, can you imagine decades worth of material to be compared against? It's insane. Uh, well, okay. I would say, uh, for me, I kept harping on this in the studio. Keep it honest, keep it simple.
Yes.
Because with Lin and we were all, I always emphasized on that. Because every time we were writing, at least during this when we were working on this song, because I would say Singaporeans, if I may swear, they call us out on our bullshit if we don't. They are very honest.
Mm,
They really can see through any bull.
yes.
Uh, and at least for me, this is my fourth NDP this year. But this is my first time writing a song, and there was a reason why I threw my hand in the ring this year. I really wanted to say something that was honest. I felt that Lining and I could really, I guess, contribute an honest perspective of our youthful energy, as youthful as I can be lah. I'm 30 lah. This for what we basically that a good, and I felt that to me at least a a Singapore song has to be an honest one, and it's quite reflective on the spirit of. I mean, this is gonna sound a bit nationalistic, but it's gonna be on the spirit of our people, and the way we kind of handle things. We kind of take things as is. We see it. We are honest with the fact, and it's very clear with how we are handling things as they are now, and that's why things are effective, or trying to be as effectively done as they are. It's we are honest and we are clear, with our good and bad situations, and we handle it as they are. So for me, and for Lining, I think that's our perspective, and we are trying to say that's what we were trying to say out of everything that has been said. We're trying to lend that angle outside of basically everything else everything else that has been said has been said. We're just trying to lend a little angle that we could humbly contribute to this huge decade worth of repertoire. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Evan. And I just want to say that when I first approached Crystal Bell, we were just saying that you guys are very, very young, and I'm a lot older. You can actually be my child because
my
I'm
God.
really that old. Yes, but I'm such a fan of it. And
Thank you.
I just think that it augurs so well for Singapore to have musicians and artists like you guys who are so talented, and you all work together to put something together that is so beautiful. And I really think that the road ahead for Singapore is really, really really, I mean, despite whatever we have to face, pandemics or whatever, it's just going to be great. And I just want to quote the words from your song. Come whatever on the road ahead, we did it before, and we'll do it again.
See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead, we did it before, and we'll do it again. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead,
We did it before,
and we'll do it again.